In this segment, we're going to compare the moon with Mercury. When we look at the moon, we see that its surface is divided into two dramatically different kinds of terrain. We've got dark areas, which are visible from Earth. These are very smooth lowlands, which are called mare, which are dried up seas of basalt. In contrast to the lowlands, we have the very bright, rugged regions, which are the heavily cratered highlands. When we look at the interior, we see that the artist has drawn some kind of core, but we are not sure if there is a core, or the radius or size of the core, or what's the composition of the core. The artist also drew this very large gray area, which would be something the equivalent of a mantle, and it would be something like Earth's crust, or Earth's crust. So the composition will be something similar to Earth's crust. Let's compare Mercury with the moon. When we look at Mercury, we also see a very heavily cratered surface, something very similar to the highlands on the moon. Apparently, both the moon and Mercury suffered large impacts. When we look at Mercury's interior, we see that the artist has drawn this reddish region. From models, we find that 70% of the radius of the planet is occupied by the core, specifically a metallic core. And the metal we're referring to here is iron. Now, like the moon, we're not sure what's at the dead center in Mercury. Hence, you'll see the little question mark there. The rest of Mercury is a thin rock mantle and crust. Like the moon, Mercury is now a one-plate planet. It looks very much like Earth's moon. One prominent feature that we see on the surface of Mercury that we see faintly on the surface of the moon are called lobate scarps. Lobate scarps are long curving ridges, such as the one I'm drawing in the red. They're up to 2 miles high, or 3 kilometers high, and 500 or 300 miles long. Think of a cliff or a bluff on Earth and magnify it, make it very large, and you will get the idea of what a lobate scarp is on Mercury. These lobate scarps are the kinds of faults that form by compression. So this suggests that the entire crust of Mercury was compressed a long time ago. As Mercury lost its internal heat, its large metal core contracted and its crust was compressed, breaking to form these lobate scarps. So basically the land around the scarp shrank. It sank down into the planet, leaving behind these very tall and long ridges called lobate scarps. Even though Earth's moon is not geologically active and does not contain a metallic core like Mercury, it does have some faint lobate scarps. So apparently the moon did shrink a bit as it lost its internal heat as well. And so that's another comparison between Mercury and the moon.